Come on, Paul. You must know that these bench tests and these demonstrations, putting coin under iron and swinging, is the definitive test and the definitive way of showing the true ability of metal detectors. Nope, not at all. That's all horseshit. I do this for fun, as I've said a million times, and I do it because I like messing around and I'm interested. And I've said so many times in the past, you don't take any of this as gospel. But the one thing that we all know by now is that when you have machines that do quite well in these random tests, they have a habit of doing well in the ground, that's it. So I'm not one of those dickheads that's doing this going like, look how amazing everything is. It can see a coin under a nail that I've carefully positioned. No, none of that bollocks. Seriously, man. This is just fun. You know, even though I've had this machine for a very long time, you still learn stuff. I'm writing a blog actually about coil size and unmasking. Does it matter? You know, I'm sure there's some physicists out there, scientific brain surgery engineers, and Eric you know, and people very similar that will be able to you know, let's say explain to me the ins and outs of the concept of large coils versus small coils in relation to eddy currents and boring. I don't care. Okay, so this is a 20-inch double D coil. This is low frequency. It's either 6 or 7. Yeah, I can't remember. It's discontinued now. But I still really love this coil. I still really rate this coil a lot, and you know, I enjoy using it. So can we unmask with large coils? This is a double D coil, so as we know, it's kind of limited to the angles that it will potentially hit an unmasked target. It's not like a concentric coil where you can pretty much do 360. But as I've shown with other low frequency coils, they still do a pretty good job. So does size matter? Right, so we've got to be realistic here. I'm not going to use, it's not going to work on, you know, really small coins, okay? But what I've got a copper here. This is, I think it's an old halfpenny. It's pretty toasted, but that's an all right size. You know, I'm happy with that. So let's just put it next to each other. Oh, actually, before we do anything, listen to the ground. So there's crap everywhere, yeah? But what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to do it on the ground, because that's where we detect. So we can see there that it's doing a good job at hitting that. Now, double D, remember? Okay, can't see it that way. That's to be expected. Let me move this. That's to be expected. But it comes back in there. So let's just rotate 360, see where it jumps in. Obviously there's loads of junk in the ground, so that is affecting. So we start to get it there. Very obvious there. Double D, remember? So we lose it there. So comes back in there. So that's not too bad, taking into account it's not a concentric coil. So as we know, you don't find stuff in the ground like that. Yeah, I know that. So let's just put that, I'm going to keep that now where it is. Let's put the coin underneath. So okay, so that's good, look. Nice there. falls out. Keep on rotating. Comes back in. So when you actually look at it, there's only a very slight angle. Eric, booger off, that you lose it. 20-inch double D, remember. So what happens if we add more iron into the equation, remember? Because it's a big coil. Look, I'm just going to kind of scatter this iron around. I might as well whack that one in there as well. What happens? Take note, we've also got a lot in the ground, okay? We've got a lot of crap in the ground. You should know that by now. So we're still getting it there. Let's just rotate. Yes, it hits it nice there, doesn't it? Really nice there. Starts to fall away, understandably. Double D coil. Hits nice there. Let's take it out. We got loads of iron that you can see. We got crap in the ground, but you can hear that distinct hit on the coin has gone. So if we put it back in, like that. We're hitting it again. Low frequency, 20-inch double D coil. Now I'd be really interested to see what a large concentric coil would do. Okay, so I think, yeah, I mean, you know, there's a discussion, an ongoing discussion about small coils and iron and unmasking and this and that and this, and I just kind of, I want to, yeah, think about it slightly differently, and from this above ground test, that 20-inch low frequency double D coil does a pretty good job at being able to hit on that coin when we've got a raised nail, and then in theory the coil is being overloaded, but you're still getting that high tone, and so that's diggable to me. Once you've used this machine for a while, you'll understand completely what I mean by diggable. Awesome. Thanks ever so much for watching.